Hello, my name is Jacob Persico. I'm the owner and webmaster of Delta Fox Design, and today I'm going to show you how to browse the web privately. First off, Google Chrome is not very private. Google Chrome has a new feature called FLOC, F-L-O-C. This feature is bad for your privacy. Also, Google Chrome doesn't block tracking cookies. A better alternative is Firefox. Firefox is very private. Firefox is a very private web browser. That's what you want to use, not Google Chrome. But if you insist on using Google Chrome, go to DuckDuckGo.com. And on the web page, upper right hand side, click the menu, App and Extensions, Add to Chrome. And you can add it. This extension, the DuckDuckGo Privacy Essentials extension, will block Chrome's FLOC. And it will block tracking cookies. Firefox doesn't need it because Firefox already blocks third-party tracking cookies, and Firefox does not have that bad FLOC thing in it. But you can get it for Firefox too. It's nice to have. Same way, apps and extensions, add to Firefox, and then add. But I already have it. So the other thing is you might want to, you don't want to use the Google search engine. If you search something on Google, Google will remember that you searched that. And it will stay with Google. Google is not a private search engine. Everything you search on Google gets stored and used for advertising. And it gets linked to your IP address. So that's another thing. Use the DuckDuckGo search engine or the Start Page search engine. One more thing is you might want to save one of these as your default search engine. You can go to that page, go to DuckDuckGo.com or StartPage.com if you want to add Start Page, but we're going to do DuckDuckGo.com. Go to the menu, go to Settings, go to Search, and change it to DuckDuckGo. The other thing you want to do is VPN. So restoreprivacy.com is a great website about internet privacy. That's where I found OVPN. OVPN is great because it's verified no log. So not only do they claim that they don't log your usage, it's been verified by outside sources that they don't log your usage. Another thing is they support IPv6, which means there's not going to be IPv6 leaks. And another thing about that is things on the internet that need IPv6, they'll work with OVPN. Another thing about OVPN is their servers run only on RAM. So if somebody tries to seize one of their computers, as soon as that computer is unplugged, all the information on it will disappear because RAM needs a constant power supply to keep its information. So create an account with OVPN, install the app, run the app, and you can see it's already running. So now, oh, by the way, KeyPass.info. This program is a free program to store and manage your passwords. It doesn't store your passwords online at all, which is good because it's more secure that way. It stores it only on your personal computer. So it's a great password management that I use. So now we have OVPN, which is hiding our IP address. So the websites we visit don't get our real IP address. We're using Firefox, so that blocks third-party trackers and doesn't have flock. And if we weren't using Firefox, the DuckDuckGo Privacy Essentials extension would block the flock and the third-party tracking. So that's good. Now, to get even more protection, we're going to go into a private window. And private window is very isolated. When you open a private window, the first private window you open starts off with no cookies. If you close all your private windows and then open a new private window, you start off with no cookies. So even though that my main window, which doesn't say private and doesn't have the little icon, has a bunch of cookies, my private window, which says private browsing and has that little icon, starts off with no cookies. So now, number one, VPN. Number two, blocking the trackers. And number three, using a private window. And as you can see, if I look for cat treats, and go to one of these websites, because I'm using a private window, it's not going to show up in my history. And because I'm using a VPN, they don't have my real IP address. And of course, the DuckDuckGo extension and the fact that I'm using Firefox is blocking the trackers. So now I can go on the web privately. Of course, as you're using the private browser, your private browsing window will accumulate cookies. But if you close the private window, if you close all your private windows and then open a new private window, you'll start off with no cookies again. All right, so that is a good way to browse the web privately. Another thing you might want is Tor. This is, you can install the Tor browser. This has its own system to conceal your privacy. And with Tor, you can go to what's called onion sites, which are dark web websites. Okay, so Tor bounces your connection through several different computers on the internet, on the Tor network, and that hides your IP address. Well, the VPN hides your IP address, but the Tor network hides your IP address a different way by bouncing your network across several different computers. And it's also got, the Tor browser has some features built into it that also protect your privacy by like making browser sniffing, reducing browser sniffing, so that websites can't get as much information about your browser and your operating system and stuff. And there's websites that are, private websites that are hidden that can be accessed with this Tor browser. They're .onion websites. All right, so that's all I want to keep this short. So if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, that would be cool. You don't have to have the bell icon turned on. All right. Well, this is Jacob Persico, and take care. Hope you liked this video. Goodbye.